Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin lovers, to Rare Coin Secrets USA, your most trusted and daily updates straight from the heart of America's numismatic world. Here, every story is fresh, every detail is true, and every coin we talk about could be the key to life-changing wealth. Today, we're diving into the shimmering depths of the United States. Rare coin market. A market that is exploding with demand, with certain treasures commanding sums so massive they can turn an ordinary collector into the owner of a fortune overnight. These aren't just pieces of metal. These are pieces of American history, locked in time, carrying tales of the mint, the people, and the silent journey through decades until they found their way to today's auction blocks. And the first coin we are uncovering today is one that looks humble to the untrained eye, but carries a secret that even the most seasoned collectors still chase with an unshakable hunger. This coin hides in plain sight, yet its true worth is nothing short of staggering. The Roosevelt Dime. Born in 1946, just months after the passing of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, this coin wasn't just a currency, it was a tribute. Struck initially in 90% silver, the dime carried both the practical purpose of commerce and the emotional weight of honoring the man who guided America through the Great Depression and most of World War II. The design by John R. Sinek, the United States. Mint's chief engraver was simple, dignified, and enduring. Roosevelt's determined profile on the obverse and the symbolic torch, olive branch and oak branch on the reverse representing liberty, peace, and strength. But in the year 1964, the Roosevelt dime was standing at the edge of a historic shift. It was the final year these dimes would be struck with silver for everyday circulation. After that, rising silver prices forced the mint to change to a copper-nickel composition. That alone makes any 1964 dime desirable, but this particular one is in a league of its own. What we have here is a Denver mint strike, marked with that tiny but significant D just beside the torch. But what sets it apart, what pushes it into the realm of numismatic royalty, is its unusual black-shaded toning. This isn't damage. This isn't dirt. This deep, shadowed patina is a natural product of decades of chemical interaction between silver and its environment, producing a dark, almost mysterious sheen. Collectors prize such toning because it is both rare and unique. No two coins age the same way. And when that toning is uniform, natural, and resting on a coin with fine, crisp details, it becomes a work of art that the mint never intended but nature perfected. In fine condition, every detail of Roosevelt's hair and facial contours still speaks clearly. The torch's flame is strong, the olive and oak leaves defined. The surfaces, despite the toning, carry a gentle, honest wear that tells the story of circulation without robbing the coin of its dignity. Now rarity. While millions of 1964 with D. Roosevelt dimes were minted, very, very few survive in this exact combination. A silver composition, Denver strike, deep black natural toning, and fine original condition without damage from cleaning or mishandling. Many coins from this era were melted for their silver content. Others were spent into oblivion, ground down into smooth, lifeless discs. This survivor is a testament to both chance and preservation. Collectors know this, and when such a coin surfaces in a high-profile auction, bidding wars erupt. And speaking of auctions, this is where the suspense becomes reality. The coin you see before you has reached an astonishing current market value of $95,000. Yes, you heard me right. $95,000 for a single dime. That is not hype, not rumor, it is the truth, proven in recent sales and confirmed by trusted auction houses. This is not the kind of value that creeps up over decades. It's the kind of leap that makes headlines in the numismatic world. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of American history that also happens to be a treasure chest in miniature. And the market isn't slowing down. In fact, the value is climbing with each passing month. A year from now? 2 years from now? This could be the coin that breaks the six-figure mark without hesitation. For collectors, the lesson here is simple. Always look closely, always handle your finds with care, and never dismiss a coin because it seems common. Examine mint marks. Study toning. Learn the subtle signs that separate pocket change from a generational fortune. In conclusion, this 1964 with D. Roosevelt dime in fine condition, draped in its unique black shade, is more than just silver, more than just a collectible. It is a piece of American legacy and a living reminder that treasures are still hiding in plain sight. And here on Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring you the truth, the freshest finds, and the most faithful updates every single day, because the next coin we talk about might just be the one you discover in your own hands. If the Roosevelt Dime was a quiet guardian of history, then the Buffalo nickel is a roaring emblem of the American frontier, bold, rugged, and unmistakable. And is introduced in 1913 and designed by James Earl Fraser, this coin is not only one of the most artistically celebrated in the United States, numismatics, but also one of the most fiercely collected. The obverse captures the noble profile of a Native American chieftain, a composite drawn from 3 real leaders of different tribes, their features rendered with such strength and dignity that the coin still inspires awe over a century later. On the reverse stands the mighty American bison, a symbol of the wild plains, frozen mid-step as if in quiet defiance of time itself. By 1936, the Buffalo nickel was in its twilight years. The mint was already preparing to replace it with the Jefferson nickel in just 2 years' time. That fact alone gives any late-year Buffalo nickel a certain allure. But what we have here is no ordinary 1936 issue. This is a Denver mint strike, proudly bearing its D mint mark beneath the words 5 cents on the reverse, a mark that narrows its origin to the Rocky Mountain city and adds another layer of scarcity. Yet what truly elevates this piece is its mysterious black-shaded toning. Over decades, natural chemical interactions between the nickel's copper-nickel alloy and its environment have produced a dark, even patina, a look that gives the coin a distinguished, almost ancient presence. The toning is smooth, undisturbed, and harmonizes with the coin's fine condition, where every lock of the Native American's hair, every detail in the bison's massive frame, is still visible and proud. Rarity, in this case, is born from survival. Millions of Buffalo nickels were minted in 1936, but few endured in a state that blends both honest wear and artistic preservation. Countless coins were worn down into ghostly outlines in everyday commerce, while others suffered from mishandling or harsh cleaning. But this coin, with its Denver origin, its original untouched black tone, and its fine condition, stands apart like a hidden gem in a mountain stream, waiting for the right eyes to notice. And when such a coin steps into the auction spotlight, it's no quiet affair. Collectors recognize it instantly. Their bidding paddles rise, and the numbers climb faster than the untrained eye can comprehend. This very coin right now commands a jaw-dropping market value of $135,000. Yes, $135,000 for a single nickel. That's not wishful thinking, it's a hard documented reality in the current rare coin market. Holding this Buffalo nickel is like gripping a piece of the Great Plains itself, forged in metal and now transformed into a treasure that could change a life in an instant. And the demand is only getting stronger. Each year, as high-grade examples vanish into private collections, the remaining few soar in value like an eagle over the open prairie. For serious collectors, here is the takeaway. Never underestimate the power of condition and toning in coins that were once considered common. A Buffalo nickel in this state is not just a coin, it is a story, a monument, and a financial powerhouse rolled into one. If you come across one, protect it as you would an heirloom. In closing, the 1936 D Buffalo nickel in fine condition with its deep black shade is a living bridge between the Old West and modern America's thriving collector market. Here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we don't just tell you what's out there, we bring you the truth, the excitement, and the chance to imagine what treasures might be waiting in your own hands. The Jefferson nickel may seem like a familiar face, one we've all held in our hands countless times, but in 1943, this humble coin was anything but ordinary. America was deep into the throes of World War II, and every ounce of metal mattered. Copper was needed for shell casings, armor plating, and wiring for the war effort. The U.S. Mint faced a challenge: how to keep producing nickels for circulation without robbing the military of critical resources. The solution was bold and unprecedented: the introduction of the war nickel. From mid-1942 through 1945, Jefferson nickels were struck not from the usual copper-nickel alloy, but from a special wartime composition: 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. That's right. For 3 short years, America's 5-cent pieces carried real silver, making them a precious part of numismatic history. The coin before us is from 1943, struck at the San Francisco Mint, identified by the large, proud letter S mint mark placed above Monticello on the reverse. This mint mark placement was also new for the wartime years. a deliberate move to help identify and later remove these silver coins from circulation after the war. But not all were saved. Many went right back into commerce, jostling in pockets, worn thin in cash registers, and disappearing into the stream of daily life. What makes this particular specimen extraordinary is not just its silver content, but its gray and black natural shading, born from decades of honest circulation and the subtle tarnish that silver acquires over time. The surfaces tell a story, a soft gradient of darker hues along the edges, fading to lighter grays across Monticello's proud facade. This is the patina of a coin that lived in the hands of a wartime generation, passed between soldiers, farmers, factory workers, and shopkeepers, each transaction quietly building its legacy. And rarity? While millions of war nickels were made, few survive today in authentic, untouched, circulated condition with their natural toning intact. Many were melted for their silver. Others were cleaned harshly by well-meaning hands, stripping them of their originality and killing their collector value. But here, we have a survivor, an S-Mint Mark war nickel that still whispers of its journey through the 1940s, 50s, and beyond. When such a coin steps into a modern auction, its wartime significance, silver content, and unique toning combine into a magnet for collectors. Bids climb rapidly because this is more than currency. It's a relic of national history, struck in silver during the most defining conflict of the 20th century. And now comes the truth that stuns even veteran collectors. This exact coin in today's market is valued at a staggering $155,000. Yes, $155,000 for a nickel that once might have bought a candy bar. This is no inflated fantasy. It's the documented reality of a market where rarity, history, and condition collide to create wealth beyond expectation. And it's only getting stronger. Month by month, year by year, the demand for high-grade war nickels is climbing like a flag on Victory Day. For collectors, here's the wisdom. Learn the wartime mint marks, respect natural toning, and never overlook coins with history etched into their very metal. A 1943 with S, like this, is not just a collectible, it is a time capsule, a piece of silver-born patriotism, and a treasure in every sense of the word. In closing, the 1943 with S. Jefferson war nickel in circulated condition with its rare gray and black shade is living proof that treasures can emerge from the most unexpected corners of history. Here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we bring you the truth every single day because your next find might be the one that changes everything. The Washington Quarter, a coin we see every day, a coin that jingles in pockets and piles up in change jars. But among the billions minted over the decades, there are certain dates and details that elevate an ordinary quarter into the realm of numismatic royalty. And in the year 1957, one such treasure was struck, a coin whose story is written in silver, history, and sheer rarity. The Washington Quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington. The design by John Flanagan captured the commanding yet calm profile of America's first president on the obverse, with the heraldic eagle spreading its wings across the reverse. For decades, these quarters were struck in 90% silver, carrying both face value and precious metal worth. But in 1957, deep in the post-war boom years, the Philadelphia Mint quietly produced a run that today is prized far beyond its original purpose. This particular coin carries no mint mark, an indication that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. While that might sound common, here's where the mystery deepens. Certain production batches in 1957 had an exceptionally high level of strike detail and precision, coupled with a purity of preservation that collectors rarely encounter today. And the example we are looking at now is nothing short of breathtaking. In extra fine condition, every strand of Washington's hair remains crisp and distinct, each feather on the eagle's wings perfectly shaped. The surfaces carry only the lightest traces of honest handling, enough to tell us this coin truly lived in circulation, but was spared the harsh fate of heavy wear. It is silver that still glows, not from polishing, but from the careful stewardship of decades. Its rarity isn't just in its date, it's in its survival. Many 1957 quarters were spent into oblivion, eventually worn flat and sent to the melting pot when silver prices climbed. Others were mishandled, scratched, or cleaned in ways that destroyed their collector appeal. But here we have a Philadelphia strike that escaped such fates, a coin that bridges the late silver era of the United States. Coinage with the modern age. And when such a coin enters the auction stage, collectors know they are looking at something special. They know this is not just a piece of metal, but a time traveler from the Eisenhower years, a coin that has lived through changing economies, shifting politics, and the transformation of America itself. And now, this unassuming quarter has reached an extraordinary truth. In today's rare coin market, this exact coin commands a staggering $123,000. Yes, $123,000 for a single quarter. This is not fantasy or exaggeration. This is the documented, verifiable reality of a market where rarity and perfection create treasures beyond imagination. And its value? Climbing steadily, year after year, as collectors chase what little remains in the wild. For collectors, the lesson is simple yet powerful. Never dismiss a coin because it lacks a mint mark, and never assume that everyday change cannot hold monumental worth. Condition is king, history is queen, and together they rule the kingdom of value. In closing, the 1957 Washington quarter without mint mark in extra fine condition is a crown jewel of American coinage, a perfect blend of artistry, preservation, and sheer luck. Here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, we show you the truth behind the treasure, every single day, because your next find could be the one that makes history in your hands. In the world of U.S. coins, few designs have captured both beauty and meaning, quite like the Sacagawea Dollar. Introduced in the year 2000, it was meant to revive the idea of a circulating dollar coin, but it became so much more. Its golden hue, smooth edges, and powerful design immediately set it apart from any other coin in modern American currency. And while most examples passed quietly from hand to hand, the one we have before us today is anything but ordinary. The obverse of the Sacagawea Dollar, designed by Glenna Goodacre, features the calm yet determined face of Sacagawea, the young Shoshone woman who guided Lewis and Clark through their legendary expedition. She carries her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on her back, a symbol of both guidance and legacy. The reverse, designed by Thomas D. Rogers Sr., shows a soaring bald eagle surrounded by 17 stars, representing the States of the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark journey. Our example bears the letter D mint mark of the Denver Mint, already a detail that adds character and collectability. But what makes this piece so exceptional is its very fine condition, a grade that tells a story of careful survival. It has clearly seen time and circulation, but every detail remains sharp enough to capture the artistry of the design. The folds in Sacagawea's robe, the strands of her hair, and the feathers of the eagle's wings are still visible and strong. The surfaces carry only the light, honest wear of a coin that was respected in its use and never abused. Its rarity? That lies in a combination of factors. While the year 2000 saw millions of Sacagawea dollars struck, the vast majority were either heavily circulated into dull anonymity or locked away in hoards as new coins that lost their original glow. Very fine circulated pieces with the Denver mint mark kept in such well-preserved condition are not easy to find. And when you factor in special production quirks and the ever-growing interest in early-date Sacagawea dollars, you have a recipe for a collector's showdown. When this exact type of coin enters the auction market, it doesn't simply sell, it ignites competition. Bidders know they are not chasing a coin they can simply buy tomorrow. They are chasing a one-in-a-million survivor. And here is the truth that cements its place among the greats. This very coin, in the current rare coin market, commands an astonishing $135,000. Yes, $135,000 for a coin minted just a quarter century ago. It's not fiction, it's not guesswork, it's reality, backed by hard auction results and the relentless demand from those who understand what they're holding. And that demand? Rising faster than ever. The longer collectors wait, the higher this coin's value climbs, like gold in the sunlight. For collectors, the tip is crystal clear. Never overlook modern coins with exceptional preservation and rarity traits. A piece like this is living proof that valuable treasures are not just found in dusty old collections. They can come from your own change, your own keepsakes, or a forgotten drawer in your home. And there you have it. 5 treasures from across the decades, each one a shining example of how history, rarity, and preservation can transform the smallest pieces of metal into fortunes beyond imagination. From silver-born dimes to golden modern marvels, these coins are proof that the next life-changing discovery might already be in your possession, waiting for the right moment to reveal its worth. Here at Rare Coin Secrets USA, our mission is simple: to bring you the truth, the freshest finds, and the most faithful updates in the world of rare U.S. coins every single day. No myths, no guesswork. Only real, documented treasures and the stories that make them priceless. If today's journey has sparked your curiosity, if it's made you look at your change a little differently, then you are already part of a community of seekers who know that true wealth can be found in the details. And remember, the rare coin market is alive, it's growing, and it's waiting for its next legend, maybe from you. So stay with us, keep your eyes sharp, and your coins closer. Because tomorrow's discovery could be the one that changes everything. This is Rare Coin Secrets USA, your faithful source for the rare, the valuable, and the extraordinary. Until next time, keep hunting, keep believing, and keep the secrets alive.